Last night I tasted strange fruit beneath my pillow as I endured the stench of death's breeze gazing through my windows. I could see the cotton fields and the whips that kept them going. I felt the pains of oppression and the joys of freedom's homecoming. Last night I talked to Malcolm and debated with Martin, and we all agreed that we need to be doing more than just marching. I spoke with Rosa as she refused to release her seat, sat beside her, and inherited the courage to speak. And in a gentle voice, she leaned over to me and said, "Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. So don't you sit down because you think this kind of hard." And then she said, "Run, black man, run." So I ran all the way to Greenville, Mississippi, because I remember my grandmother had a plan to bring blacks back from the pitfalls of racial injustice. So she introduced me to Harriet Tubman, who gave me my instructions and said, "Run, black man, run." So I ran all the way to Virginia without delay, where I met up with John Brown at Harper's Ferry on that glorious day and rallied the troops when we recited "If We Must Die" by Claude McKay. And just before they surrounded him with the lion's roar, he shouted, "Run, black man, run." So I ran across 7 seas and down the street to Gandhi's, where we prayed that the truth be spoken from the top of every roof, the bottom of every ocean, and the peak of every mountain. And just before he took his last breath, this prayer he prayed: "Run, black man, run." So I ran right past Goree Island and out of the filth society buried my dignity in, and I rose, a phoenix, flying on the flames from the depths of my self-inflicted pains. I woke up this morning and a voice said, "Stand, black man, stand for what it means to be the king of your land. Stand for those who have fallen victim to the prejudice of time, those who have lost their lives on the picket lines. For it is you that they fear, imitate, and despise. You are the blood, sweat, and tears that built this country. You are the farmer cultivating your children's destiny. You are the activist holding governments accountable for their actions. You are the lawyer convicting Lady Justice and her racial imbalance." See, last night I tasted strange fruit beneath my pillow, all because my ancestors kicked, clawed, and scraped at my windows, shouting, "No justice, the revolution, no peace will not be televised," sparking in me a fire fueled by equity, education, and employment. So last night I fell asleep, third eyes wide, and traveled through time, searching for a better peace of mind. And this morning I woke up for the first time.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Grown Men Talking Incorporated. Please make sure you share. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe. We want to appreciate everyone now that's already tuned in from both pages of Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and also Instagram. Make sure you tune in, because as we go on, we think the guys going to be sharing together in bondage the year of 2024, the shows they have went through. So just wait for the number to come up, call on in, give your opinion, and let us know which show did you like. Now over to Dwight.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Grown Man Talking. I am your host, Dwight, and I hope y'all had a great New Year's. My New Year's was kind of good. It was quiet. I also want to say, what's the young lady, Miss Johnson? Thank you for watching Grown Man Talking. Unfortunately, I met at the hospital. My other half, he was kind of sick. I was out there all day. I'm a little tired, but nevertheless, I'm here. So, with that being said, like Spicy said, we're gonna recap on some of the shows we have did. I don't know if y'all have any of y'all favorite shows. I mean, I have a few. Just too many to name right now. But anyway, let's welcome one of the gentlemen tonight. He was the most powerful poet, and he said, he's gonna jump at it again. So let's welcome Dez to the show. Come on in, Dez.
Good evening, all. Good evening. How's everybody doing today?
Hey, bro. You said your New Year was kind of quiet. Was it quiet and peaceful?
Very much so.
That's what I'm
got to kick it with the family.
That's what it's all about. Friends and family sitting there thanking God that you're able to see another year, because fortunately a lot of people didn't make it to see 2025. I'm not sure. I mean, not to go off base here. Did you hear some of the things that happened up there? I think in New York, the guy running through the crowd with the truck and everything, and those people out there. I mean, Lord have mercy. You know what is going on? I mean, it's too. I mean, it just started, and it's just been popping all over different places and everything.
It just seemed like if somebody want to get something started for real, they trying to set 2025 off in the wrong way. I think they're coming after our commander in chief this year. But you know,
hey, I'm saying the same thing, because I was just sitting here just going, oh my God. I mean, what is going on? You know, you just got to be careful today. You just got to be real careful. So there as well, you know, I mean, we got some stuff going on here. We capping on stuff. Is there anything that, you know, we have done, I guess? I mean, because I guess a lot of people, the few people that did watch the show, they all had their different views. Now, we have the poetry contest coming up. That's one of my favorites, the poetry contest. I'm not going to lie, because I like to see a lot of different people that does poetry come out here in different styles. And my brother, like I said, you are the most powerful one. Do you think you might be able to take it again this coming year? You think you can do it this year?
All I can do is the same thing I did last year, which is try. That's all I can do. I'm a very humble person. I'll never toot my own horn unless you make me.
Right. I'm gonna say, you know, you bought it. I mean, I'm not sure who the judge is going to be this year. I really don't. But I mean, it was a handful. It was quite a few people that entered the contest, and they was all good. I mean, it was very hard to make that decision. But I mean, you just stood out, and I just like, wow, because it just gave me goosebumps. I said, hey, I don't care what y'all say. That's my man right there.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, brother Dwight. It was a couple of them poets. I was like, "Oh man, I don't know. I think they might get me." But I mean, I'm when it comes to that, I'm my own worst critic. So you know, I'll never look at myself as being one of the greats. I just know I'm better than myself at times.
Yeah, but you know, that right there, I have to say, it's a gift from God. You know, we are all blessed with certain talents and gift, and myself. I used to write poetry a lot. I mean, I had some stuff I wrote, and I just haven't been into it lately. I've been doing other things, but I tell people all the time that is a gift of God. You know, my twin brother, you know, he's blessed with the gift of drawing. He's an excellent artist. I was writing poetry ever since I think I was 10, 11 years old, and here and there, but it's a true gift. It's a true gift, and like I said, I can't wait for it to start back, because I like to see who else is going to join. There's going to be some new faces here, the different styles of poetry. So I can't wait to see what you're going to bring to the table for this contest. I mean, I can't wait.
I got some things in mind. You know, I ain't gonna give up my blueprints, because I know a lot of people be out there. You know, they be peeking through the window trying to see what you're doing. You know. Sometimes people be trying to watch your rehearsal so they can steal your routine.
That part. Yeah, that part. Yeah. Maybe he'll slip up and give us a heads up so I can see what he's going to do. But yeah, you got to kind of keep it on the hush and everything. But that right there, I think I had a person ask me, and I had to ask Spice about this, because that's something we ain't never did. This person inboxed me. I'm not gonna say who, because they want me to keep hush about it. But they said, well, okay, if y'all gonna do the poetry contest, can I do something like poetry, you know, partly, and then add music or sing or something like that? I said, I don't know. I have to ask Spicy on that. I mean,
that'll be fine. Everything, long as they allow us to feel exactly the piece that they're reciting.
Right.
As everyone knows, it's got to be to where we can actually feel everything.
Yeah, well, he said you're gonna feel everything with this piece. He said he gonna say it, and then he gonna bring it in some music form. I was like, well, I
can't wait to see that.
Yeah, because I ain't never heard that before. That'll be a first time. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm
well, not really, because some of us have CDs out, like myself and Nikita
and myself
and Mr. Dez. You know, we got CDs where we're reciting as well with music.
Okay, Let them shoot. Hey, anybody else out there that want to do that same thing? Hey, bring it. I like that. I mean, I love stuff like that. So let's do that.
Yeah, let's make it hard for these judges again this year, y'all. Let's make it hard for them.
Yeah, real hard. I like stuff like that. So yeah, let's do that. So besides the poetry contest and everything that we got going on, what else is that you feel like that you liked it during the years that you might remember about the show?
Well, the one show that I do remember, which was probably one of the first shows I was on, which was the show about the father and daughter relationships.
Right. Yeah, that's one of my
because I do think that the message that was sent out from all of the panelists, you know, right. I do think that there may have been somebody out there that was able to receive some of the knowledge that was being passed down, and possibly and hopefully and prayerfully be able to take some of the mistakes that we made and even some of the good things that we've done and apply those to their lives, and to accelerate and to, you know, become not only a better father, but a better man and a better person, and right. to apply that to the relationships that they're trying to mend. Yeah,
and you know what? I agree with that. And that was one of my favorite shows as well. And my daughter was saying, I wanted to be on the show. Why didn't you? You could have came in and said a lot of stuff, you know. We talk all the time. She said, yeah, I wanted to. But, my daughter's shy. I said, girl, you ain't got to be shy. Just come on.
She could have called in. Ain't nobody going to see her face on the telephone.
Yeah, I like you could have called in. Or did what my brother did when he was on there, you know, just talk in the background. Ain't nobody got to see you. But she's like, yeah, I wanted to say some stuff. Well, you should have came on there and said that. Made me look like a superstar. Girl, you should have came on there and said something. I mean, because she had so much. Could
have came in and gave you some validation, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because matter of fact, she was coming back and forth when we was doing the show, and she was like giving the thumbs up, and I kept waiting until I said, "Come on, say something." Now, you know, I don't like getting go. I don't like. But the thing about my daughter is, I guess it's just she picks what she want to do, because she can do certain things on the video, and certain things she can't. So she is shy, but to a certain extent, because when she do her other things, well, I guess these guys or these people that they get on here and they play these games, they on there. So I'm like, well, dang, you can do that with them. But that's different. These are game. I said, okay, it doesn't matter. But, you know, next time, just come on in there, you know. But I really wish she would have came in. But she liked the show, and I liked the show, and that was one of my favorite shows. So I definitely enjoyed that show. But I think some of the other ones I have is when we do family night, when we do game nights. And I'm not going to lie. I love when we get on there and do game nights, because this is when we kind of unwind and just have fun. You know, we'll sit there, Spicy give us questions, and we're trying to, you know, it's a competition thing. I mean, I do it for fun. I can't speak for everybody else. I ain't trying to win all the time.
A friendly competition.
Yeah.
Because nobody plays to lose. Nobody plays to lose.
Yeah, you know, everybody like to win. You know, they like to win. They can bragging rights. You know, who wouldn't want to win? You know, but hey, you win some, you some, you lose some. I think some of the games we did play, I think how many games I won? I think 2 or 3. You know, maybe two at the most. I won 2, and I was happy about that. We had some other people in that won a couple of games. Mr. Britton, you know, he's not here yet, but I think he won. I guess he won 1. But you know what I can say? I don't think any of the women on the show won any game. I think all men won the game show. I don't think no women. Now, when they had,
and you're wrong.
Wait. I was gonna say, but I think when we had the men versus the women, and only because y'all had Keisha's sister on there, y'all was able to pull that game out. That's right.
They had a ringer.
Yeah,
they had a ringer.
Yeah, they had Keisha's sister, and that's the only reason they won that game. Because if she wasn't on the show, they wouldn't have won that game. Spicy, no, tell the truth, Spicy. You know I'm right.
No, my girls, they pretty hard now. They tough.
Yeah, but you know, if Keisha's sister wasn't on that show, y'all wouldn't won that night. Yeah,
I think they would have. I have faith in my girls. Yeah, they would have.
She ain't gonna. You might as well give it up, Brother Dwight. She ain't gonna turn on them. She ain't gonna turn on them. She gonna ride or die with them.
For real, Spice, you gonna ride or die with them? What about us?
But we'll see what happened tomorrow, though.
See, that was a low key challenge. That was a low key challenge right there. I'm telling you.
Oh, I forgot. We do have a. Hey, Des, we do have a game show tomorrow.
I remember that. I'm still trying to figure out how to get what kind of game we're gonna be playing out of the host, but
But you know what?
I know she ain't gonna tell nobody.
She said she's not gonna tell us because this way nobody can look up stuff, you know, cheat or that. So she's just gonna surprise us with this game. But wait a minute though, you know what, Des? But Spicy didn't say it. Now, Spicy, is this the men versus the women, or is this everybody for themselves?
Everybody for themselves.
Oh, well, damn. Okay. Well, damn, they just fight for themselves. So this should be very, you know, very interesting. I mean, for one, we don't know what it's going to be about, which make it more exciting.
I bet it's going to be. I bet my luck is going. Excuse me, it's going to be something that I don't know nothing about.
Well, don't feel bad. Hey, same here. I get you on that too, because I bet it's going to be something I don't know nothing about. I'm going to be passing or getting it wrong, but hey, who cares?
That's all right. I'm still gonna be there to play. I'm gonna give it my best.
But you know what? Now, Spiky said that we can always, you know, get help from the audience. I'm gonna ask my daughter. Shy, if you hear me having trouble, come on in here and help a brother out. Help me out now.
Yeah, y'all can get help. Y'all can, you know, see the comments in there, take some of the advice from the comments from the audience, but also, you know, like I said, you just can't get help from each other on this panel.
Sometimes the audience be throwing you off, just, you know, so they favorite player can win. So you gotta be careful.
That's the chance you take.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, let me mess you up for real, so you can lose. I'm gonna just say something just to make them say it, so they can be wrong, so they can just lose.
But take in mind though, I got common sense. Common sense.
Wait a minute now. Speaking of common sense, didn't we have it? What was that guy name? Wasn't that guy named Common Sense on the show, Spicy?
Yep.
I take it he didn't do too good.
Oh, he was good. Well, when he came to he did good in the audience. It's just when he got on the show.
Yeah. Now, I would say this, Spicy. Now, Common Sense, I don't know you looking, but see, I ain't gonna say you was cheating, because you know we have to see you, because you know sometimes when people can't see you behind the screen, you know you can look up stuff. Yeah, that's right. You can look up stuff.
No, that wasn't Common Sense.
Well, who was doing that?
I forgot his name.
Because Dominique called him out on it. I started laughing my ass off. Dominique called his ass out, and I was just laughing. I said, damn, Dominique. King D came out there and said, yeah, I think he's looking it up.
Well, that's okay. Don't worry. My Google board ain't far away. Not that I'm a cheater or anything.
But I don't need Google. I have.
Thanks for the warning, Daz.
No, but when I say my Google board ain't far away, I mean my Google board, the original Google.
Okay. But see, tomorrow we got to be sitting back so I can see your bodies.
Oh,
man, you can
see. Yeah, how much body you got to see? You know what? I'm gonna do a full body. I'm gonna put the camera back so they can see the full body, so you can see my hands, so you know for sure I ain't cheating. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have my hands like this.
Yeah, well, yeah, see, that's good. Yeah, have your hands like that. You know, that way they can't, you know, you ain't got your hands down with your phone. And I ain't gonna mention nobody's name, but some people be looking down, looking somewhere. So I'm like, what they doing? What they got their hands down?
When you start seeing this.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, and it's I ain't gonna say which lady, but I said, what is she doing? Is she cheating? Is she looking at something? But I ain't gonna mention the name though. I ain't gonna mention the name because I don't want to get nothing started. I'm gonna be quiet on that.
You ain't trying to start no mess.
I ain't trying to start no mess. See, this is 2025. See, I'm trying to be good, you know. But the thing about me, Dad, you know, besides the show, people making these New Year's promises. But the thing is, a lot of these people don't even keep these promises. So why you make them for? Why you make promises that you're not gonna keep?
It ain't no point.
Yeah,
and if you think about it, let's think realistically and speak realistically. Okay. Most of the time, the stuff that you say, well, going into 2025, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that. Exactly. It's the same stuff that you said you weren't gonna do going into 2024, or you should have already been doing it. You know, and to be honest with you, this ain't the new year. The spring solstice is the new year. So
hey, that's being real about it. And see, me and my brothers and us was laughing about that. I said they make the same. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. And I'm like, well, shit, you still doing it? You ain't did it. So why look? Just thank God you're alive and just do your best. Don't make promises to yourself that you ain't gonna keep. Because a lot of y'all not gonna do it anyway.
And I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you, brother Dwight. I was that one boy. I had a whole list of stuff I wasn't gonna do in 2024, and guess what? I ended up doing every last one of them and some. So,
Me too, man. That's a music player. Hey, y'all. That's the music. So, hey, we'll be back in
2 and 2.
Hey, let's do it. We kicked the women out for a whole month. We run this thing now.
We gonna run this town tonight.
What do men really want? And so it's not always about sex or sports or things like that. We really do want a serious relationship. Our men are not men anymore, or acting like men anymore. And I had to. That's a good question, because in these times, it's not too many men really acting like men anymore. To be honest with you.
And the woman and him had some words back and forth, and it's a couple of men in line. And I questioned. I was salty, and it's like, here it is. She beefing with the guy. She trying to just get her food. Well, she called her son, who's sitting in the car with that thing, right?
Right.
And, she's scared. She can't make him a man, but she can help. See, we get confused with the word help. That don't mean you do it. That means you help.
Specific thing that makes the thrill go on. It's more so like things that happen over time that make me kind of like, distance myself.
Right. Give us an example.
But yeah. An example, I'm not gonna say the bonnet. I don't know about the bonnet.
Like I said, men get too comfortable too quick. You can't never get too comfortable with the same thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to shock you, young blood. Hey, look, hold up, time out. I don't mean to shock King D like that. I see his face like, what?
Saying we're gone now. Bye-bye.
I'm put y'all back in my headphones because y'all is crazy.
2-3 years down the line, you like, okay, well, let me start easing back up out this damn car. I've been in this car every day for 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You say about that young king?
Well, yeah. I want to hear this. I'm gonna cut my mic down.
I don't know.
You're a young guy and you smash. You smash it all the time, every day. Is it ever a point in the relationship in your age bracket where you sit back and that's no longer thrilling to you? And if so, what promotes it?
I would say no. I would say that right now at my tender age. But the only thing that really, like, me being down because I have a growing family. Well, you all know, but I have a growing family. I have young kids and stuff, so that draws a big factor in when that like calms down. You know what I'm saying?
It calms it down. Right?
We got one in the bed with us, and then
that definitely do it. Speaking for me as an older man, ladies, listen. I really don't care about you gaining weight. I mean, really don't care about you gaining weight. But the thing for me is that if you want the man to keep looking at you in a certain way, just like I said, just look pretty. Do your hair, a little makeup here and there. Just be sweet, and come to bed sexy. That's right. Come to bed sexy. But I remember.
That was a nice recap there.
Hey, yeah, because when we first got there, that was that first show was I like that first show. We got on there, we did. It's called grown men, because grown men get together. You know how guys kick it. We kick it when we at the house playing cards, dominoes, or we at the place getting our hair cut. It's just when men get together and we talk about stuff. We sit there and we talk about our manhood. We sit there and talk about things that's around us, our children, family, certain mistakes that we had made, and and the one those videos that Spicy show us was some great memories and some of my favorite shows when we sat there and we was talking about about women, about what can a woman do to keep her man attention, and just like I was saying, sometimes it's not about your weight this day. It's just you just put a little makeup on, just look pretty, and that'll get that man attention. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, because you talk about the pills, you need that blue pill. Shoot, you only know blue pill, and she gonna come in there and dress up right and smell and have that perfume on and do her thing. You won't need no pill. She'll be able to get you up and going. That's all I'm saying. So, we was talking about that, and we was talking about some other things. Now,
somebody just put in the comments the moo-moos and bonnets, moo-moos and bonnets,
but
baby.
Yeah, we was talking about the moo. Now, Dad, I feel like this. How you feel about the bonnets? Do you think women should wear that outside the store? Going to the store and going out, shopping and buying food, or should they keep it at the house? How you feel?
Who's the fashion police? If that's what she feel comfortable wearing, I don't care, as long as she come back home with that meal. She go to the grocery store in that bonnet. She can come home and cook in that bonnet. She can go to sleep in that bonnet. I don't care, because it's more or less about her. Now, if we stepping out on the town, you're gonna have to leave the bonnet at home.
But see, wait a minute, they got it now. Now I gotta find that video. You said they are stepping out with the bonnet on. This girl had something that messed her dress. I said, wait a minute. And I'm saying this right. She got the bonnet with the dress, and the dude, he likes the girl. You look good. The bonnet, goes with the dress, your shoes. I'm sitting here like, are you serious? This gotta be a skit. I know this can't be real. I know.
There's a time and a place for the bonnets. I ain't got if you just out doing something casual, baby, go wear your bonnet. Don't even worry about what they think you're looking like. You look good. Just wear your bonnet. But if we going out tonight, you're gonna have to leave the bonnet at home. I'm sorry. You got to leave the bonnet at home.
I would say this now. I went up to Walmart and I seen this woman with her pajamas on. She ain't had no bra on either. No, let me say it again. She didn't have no bra on. And she had some pajamas with the bonnet. I ain't gonna lie, me and most of the men we were just looking like, what the hell? What the hell?
She was playing hacky sack.
Hey, I don't know what was. Yeah, you can tell she ain't had no bra on. Most of the men wasn't even looking at the bonnet. They'll say, well, she ain't got no bra on. And she wasn't she was like double D's. I said, she ain't got no bra on. And you can tell she had no on because it was cold in there. And you know what happens when things get cold. And I'm like,
boing, yoing, 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 yoing.
Thank you. I said, boy, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We're going to do a show about that. Y'all start coming to Walmart with those damn pajamas on.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Come to Walmart. Come to Walmart in your pajamas. Come to Walmart in your pajamas with no bra on.
Y'all looking for trouble. Y'all coming there. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all coming in there with Walmart on with no bra on. Y'all stop that. In 2025, don't be doing that stuff. Put your bra on.
Ladies, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Be free. It's healthy not to wear a bra. It's better for your health not to wear a bra. I'm just saying. It's a proven fact. I ain't lactose intolerant. So
shoot. Hey, but hey, I'm gonna put it like this. Hey, if Walmart's okay with it, I guess I'm okay with it too. Just give me something to look at and talk about, I guess. But that's something else. But we was talking about that because when women start coming out with that, we had a little fun about it, and some women agree that they shouldn't go out in public with it, and some say, well, who cares? They're just going to get some of the store. Because back in my day, if I'm Generation X, I really don't too much remember too many women wearing bonnets to the store. I really don't. My grandma, my mom, when they went to the store, they had their hair done a certain way.
Well, see, I mean, you got to think though. See, it was a whole different class of socialism back then. It was more or less a statement, just like even us as men. Even though we wasn't doing much or nothing back in that time, you would very rarely see a man not with a suit and a nice pair of shoes on.
Right, you're right.
And that was just the norm.
Now, Dave, let me ask you this. Now, I don't know if you're gonna agree with me on this or not. You got men wearing bonnets now. How do you feel about that? Because I have seen men stepping out wearing bonnets. I see. We went up there to this place to buy a chair for somebody, and this young black guy, I think he was like 26, and he had a bonnet on. I said, and my brother said, he got a bonnet. I said, yeah, he got a bonnet on. What the hell? Now I remember us wearing the plastic bags. Those caps they used to have the Jerry curl, but the damn bonnets now they got that on there. Now, how you feel about that, Diz?
I can't say too much or nothing because when I had finger waves, you would have caught me in one too. I know it's hard to believe that I had finger waves at one point in time, but when I had my Morris Day going on, and I did. When I had my Morris Day going on, hey, you might catch me outside in a little scarf rack. You know what I'm saying?
Because I have finger waves too now. I did the finger waves too. Yeah, I had. I had a Jerry curl. I had a little plastic bag on my head. I don't think I went to the store nowhere with that. I mean, I just wore that at the house, but when I went to the store and everything, that shit was all. But hey, I had finger waves and stuff like that and everything. But you're right. It's a different time. It's a different time. We live in a different time, so people dress different. People act different. So I guess what you say, a lot of people that ain't used to, they kind of look like, whoa, what's going on with that? But I would tell people anyway, when you go to Walmart, you don't know what you're going to expect. So just be prepared, because you don't see that much stuff. Like we have a store called H-E-B. H-E-B, you don't see stuff really like that. Target,
H&M.
Huh?
Like H&M and stuff like that?
Well, H-E-B is a grocery store. It's a popular grocery store.
Oh, okay.
So you don't really see stuff like that. And you really don't see stuff like that at Target. But at Walmart, I call it the circus show because you're going to see everything in there. I mean, you see everything. But
well, look, I was in there before I came here to the show. And let me tell you something. I seen a few things myself, but how you say, like the men with the bonnets on, that's like they say men, we ain't supposed to wear our wave caps outside of the house.
Exactly. You're right. We not. But you catch some of them that does that,
because it's a part of the outfit.
Right. But see, men are different. Now, see, I think if it comes towards women, if they saw a man with a bonnet or a cap on, they'll probably feel different. They might. I don't know. Let me ask a woman right now. Spicy, will you feel different about a man if he wore a bonnet? Huh? How Spicy?
I couldn't get with him that.
So wait, what was that? I missed that. What you say?
I couldn't get with him because I would feel like we both on the same sex level.
Wait a minute. What you mean you couldn't get with him? Huh? What that supposed to mean?
What if his hair was longer than yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a dude with long hair, but we can't be both. No.
But look at it, Spicy. Y'all can get matching bonnets. Y'all can get matching bonnets and go out. I think that'd be cute. Yeah.
Okay, we got a call coming in.
Yeah, she went to that call real quick, then she did. Oh, man. Yeah, okay.
Grown Men Talking Incorporated.
Ooh, it's quiet.
Oh, we can't hear her.
Turn the volume up.
Call back.
Call us back. You'll be the first caller in 2025. You know what? I think she called her because they're probably looking for Mr. Britton. Because Mr. Britton been giving out his phone number, telling people to call. He's been getting girls asking questions. So, I don't know, y'all. He's supposed to be showing up. So call her. If you call for Mr. Britton, I can't give you a time when he's going to pop up. He's just supposed to pop up.
Okay, can we hear her now?
They might be having trouble on set.
Let's see. Hello, welcome to Grown Men Talking.
Let me make sure it's not on my end.
Turn the volume up.
Hold on.
Let me get my smoothie here and suck on this for a second.
Okay, I'm reconnecting.
Reconnecting, okay. Yeah, she might have a question to answer. She might want to answer the same question about these men with the bonnets on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. I'm not sure. Maybe she might want to answer that question. I'm not sure. I don't know. But Spicy, while you doing that, you still didn't answer me and Dad's question completely.
And she almost saved me too.
The key word in that phrase was almost.
Yeah, almost. You know, I can see it. I can see y'all matching. You know, taking pictures together.
Yeah. Y'all can even get them customized too.
You know, if you wearing it in bed, that's one thing. But if you gonna wear it out, no, we can't do that because even with me, yeah, I might. You know, let's see. Let's try this one more time. Grown man talking.
It must be meant for you to answer that question.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. We having technical
difficulties, you know. Call it if you're there. Like if you can't get through us, then hey, text it on the screen. We'll see it. I mean, I'm sorry that we can't hear you. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on, but
yeah, I'm not for sure what's going on. But
it's 2025. You know how that goes. You know, sometimes I'm
gonna keep trying to make sure that we can get our calls in, though.
Yeah, you know. So yeah. So
but you know, my grandmother helped raise me, and she instilled a lot in me. So I'm from the old school. She always said, when you step out that door, don't you ever step out that door toe up from the floor up, and no dirty draws. So
hey, don't you? That's why
we weren't allowed to go.
My daddy sometimes used to tell me, "Don't you misrepresent me when you step out of this house." Now,
yeah, hey.
King D in the building.
What's up,
What's that? King D? Hey, King D, what's up, brother?
What's up?
That was King D trying to call Spice. He playing a prank on you.
Oh my goodness, what y'all got going?
We just talking about going over some shows we had. You know, we was talking about the women wearing the bonnets, and then we was talking about how women can keep it spicy for their men to want to keep having sex with them, so they won't be looking somewhere else. You know, like damn, you ain't looking all of that, but Miss Johnson over there, look at how she look, and look how she wear her clothes, and you all in those baggy sagging clothes, and we're going over some of the shows we talked about on the grown men talking and everything.
Okay.
You know, yeah, she's so good when you were just laughing because you were talking about your sex life and things you do, and they Spicy show a clip and you were just cracking up laughing. Mr. Jones and Mr. Britton was just getting on you. I was just sitting there being quiet. So Dominique, I'm gonna ask you, do you have any favorites from the show? Grown Men's Talking. We had some topics, about different topics that might kind of been your favorite discussions.
I think I wouldn't. I can't pick up certain one. I think all of them has been pretty cool.
Yeah, they are.
I haven't really had a favorite.
I know. Spicy, y'all should show the one when we was talking about about the young man that was in the restaurant with the woman when she was saying, "Get your food." So we was talking about that one. Oh, well, that one Spicy show up, and that was a good topic too because that just shows. It just shows when things like that happen. It's trying to de-escalate it. Just get up out of there. Don't argue with people. Just because I'm that type of person too. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you. I'm gonna leave. Now, if you follow me out the store and whatever happened just happened. But I'm not gonna waste my energy over something just so stupid, fighting over or arguing over something that really doesn't matter. And a lot of people today, that's how they get hurt and killed because it's really not worth it. If somebody want to act all big and tough, let them act big and tough. Just like, okay, you got it, man, and just go about your business. Now, if they cross that line and follow you, by all means, protect yourself at all times. Do what you got to do.
No, for real.
You do what you got to do because you definitely don't want to become somebody's punching bag. You know. So, but I think another show that we did that I liked it was when we was talking about this about catfishing. Now, Dez, you weren't there, but we was talking about being catfish. Now, Dez, let me ask you, have you ever been catfish before, Dez?
Oh boy. I mean, to the point to where the person show up and you and they coming and talking to you and you talking to them like they're a total stranger, not knowing that that's the person that you there to meet. Like, hold up.
Oh my God, that's a tough deal.
That ain't the picture that you sent me. What kind of filters was you using?
Yeah.
This is a whole nother person right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was one of my favorites. Because I like I was telling King D and the rest of them that when I talked to this girl, she sent me a certain picture. But when I drove around that corner, it was like a linebacker. That's what she looked like, a linebacker. She was so tall. She had broad shoulders. I said, oh, I know that ain't her. And I went to the payphone, back then, before the cell phones came out, and I called on the payphone. She answered, and I said, "What you got on?" She told me what she had on. I knew that was her. I lied. I said something came up because she lied about the way she looked. I said, "I'll be damned. I ain't signed up for this."
Say she came around the corner looking like you want to wrestle.
Yeah,
the way you know you climbed that tree. Stop lying.
And he probably did. He called her back later.
You know what? Yeah. She was cute. I might have went for it, but she wasn't cute in the face either. But hey, y'all, we'll get back into it too. Oh, I can't touch that, y'all. I can do it.
Put your hands on my kid at all. Period. Like
now, that's the part I want to talk about that there, King D. Like, for instance, if the man became the stepfather, say for instance, y'all broke up and this man was a stepfather in your home, you cool with that? The only thing is you don't want him spanking your kids, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, don't do that. Like, I'm the father, like, dealing with my kids. Like, you're not gonna be hitting on my kids and stuff. Like,
is he still a part of your life? Is he,
Yeah, we talk almost every day.
Oh, okay.
When a man feels disrespected in the relationship because the kids aren't acting right, that is not his job to get your kids back on track. However, it is his job to instill discipline in your children when your children disrespect him.
When you step in that role, and if the kids are just running amok, just doing everything, it's kind of hard being that stepfather coming in to get them straight because they're so used to just doing what they're doing. Just like
literally just thinking like men don't get the platform where we are able to express our emotions,
right,
and or express how how we feel, because we always get shut down or shut out.
There isn't a platform for it because we're mocked and ridiculed for having any type of feelings. Not even more so by men, because if you're really a man, you understand that a man is going to have feelings and things that he goes through. But a man doesn't want to look soft in front of a woman.
I had that one person saying something negative about what men go through. They even said men shouldn't cry. We should always, be strong. I ain't gonna lie. I've been through some stuff and I shed some tears. It's just, a lot of men, we just don't really talk too much about it. We kind of just hold things in.
I'm recovering from a lack of theme music, but more so, I'm glad to be here tonight. And sorry, late.
Yeah, you be careful when you driving.
She said, run as fast as you can. You know I'm broke, ain't got no man, but I need that 40 in my hand.
4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
This is a spicy one right here. I like the way OG. I like the way OG just kept it 100. He had those moments, but you got to think about it like the way I look at it is like this. Everybody's put in your life for a reason.
That's true.
Be it good or bad. But not everybody's meant to stay in your life.
And would you be concerned on how many men she was with before she got with you? Does the number of men matter to who that she's been with will make you think, well, I don't want to be with her because she was with 10 men before she got with me? Would that do anything to make you not want to date this woman?
No, not really. Like what you did before me, because I ain't gonna say you could be with 100 men, because I done been a hoe too. We both done. We both gonna be hoes and married.
I gave it credit because the woman was crazy, hiding behind the bushes, climbing the gate.
Oh my God!
Just made my life miserable. Now I regretted that so bad. Meeting this.
Trying to tell me. Trying to tell him you got caught up in a real live fatal attraction.
Hey. I said, babe, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. She's like, okay, that's what you're doing. I'm coming with you. No. You ain't gotta come in there with me. That's my private time.
Mr.
So
Dwight,
hey,
that's your sign. That's your sign. Flag? You didn't think that was a flag?
Well, see, I'm thinking it's kind of cute. What did I do so bad I deserve this crazy nonsense? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. But yeah.
Now, Brother Dwight, we listen, but we don't judge. But it sounds like you was addicted to toxicity at that stage in your life.
You know what?
Thank you for tuning in live with our guys as we go down and retrack back to 2024. Make sure y'all stay tuned because as of January 1st, which was New Year's Day, the poetry contest has started. So you can start submitting your videos into me. Make sure they are not over 5 minutes. Not over 5 minutes. The categories have been cut down. So no matter what, we still got the powerful poet. So make sure you get your videos over, show us your power, and hey, never know who's going to judge. You might be the next 2025 powerful poet. Now over to Dwight.
That's right. Y'all send it in because y'all could be the next 2025. Y'all gonna have a lot of competition, so bring that fire. Now, Dominique, that video we just saw, I remember that, and I agree with you because that was one of the shows we did when we talking about what if the woman you was with got with another man, and that man became the stepfather of your children, and everything is cool, but don't you pitch your hand on my child's behind. That's a no-no.
That's a no-no. Put your hand on, baby.
You were very passionate about that, King D. You like, hey, hey, you call me. I'll be there to whip that behind. You don't put your hand on my child behind.
Nah, because Dominique gonna go to jail. Don't put your hand on my kid. No, don't do that.
Oh, but hey, I feel what you said because I'm feeling like this. Being a stepfather is a very hard thing. Now, Des, Des, since we're talking about, let me ask you now. You have kids, and say the lady in your life got with man, he became the stepfather, and say your son or your daughter calls him, Daddy, he whooped me and it hurt it. How would you feel about that?
Oh, first of all, what did you do?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that's just the type of person
that's
I
the
am.
first thing you're gonna say. Yeah, that's
Now, if he just whooping you for no reason at all, but if you did something and you deserved your butt whoop, I can't be mad.
Right.
Because obviously your mother has put this man in a position of power within your life because she trusts him in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
And at the same, it's been on the other side where I have wanted to, but you know what? I'm gonna let your mama handle this.
Right. Yeah, I feel like this. It's kind of hard because, like my oldest son, what's up, Janoy? If you look at, when his mom got, married, and I'm like this. I'm like, hey, I have nothing against that. I have nothing against somebody disciplining my son as long as they don't hurt him. But this man, when I talked to him over the phone, he said some crazy things to me. And I'm like, what the hell? And then not only he talked crazy to me about some things, and that's when I felt, if he's talking crazy like this to me, who's to say what he might do to my son? But he also said, I want you to turn over your rights because I'm going to be 100% control of your son. I said, fool, you lost your mind. And then he kept smacking his mouth. I said, okay, I got something for you. Because see, when she brought my son to visit me, I passed everybody by, and I went straight to that car. And I said, I'm knocked on that window and said, yeah, unlock that door and step out. Oh, he didn't want to come out the car. You talked all that smack over the phone. Now, I wasn't going to hit him. I just wanted him to look me in my eye and tell me what he said over the phone. She didn't know what was going on. She said, what's going on? I said, oh, you didn't tell her what you told me over the phone? And after I told her what he said, she looked at him like, I can't believe you said that to him. Yeah, that's what he said. She said, why would you say something like that? And then I look at her and I said, this is why you got to be careful of men that you let in your life when you have a child. You got to be very careful about that. I mean, I don't play when it comes to mine.
That's true. I agree with you on that because, sometimes, sometimes they may have good intentions, but then again, sometimes that man may be looking at that child like, you ain't mine, and then they get to thinking about, hit you with, boy, you look just like your daddy, and I can't stand him.
Exactly. And
You
that's
know?
why,
You
yeah,
know,
and that's
so-
why I can feel what King D was saying. You know, I'm like, okay, but I can see where he's coming from, because sometimes some of these stepfathers sometimes step over the line. And I can see what he was saying. At first, I'm like, well, King Johnson, but no, I can kind of see, because that took me back when this man was running his mouth about my son. I said, how the hell you gonna, you know what I'm saying? You lost your damn mind. You gonna find him. I'm gonna help you find your mom when you bring your ass over here. And he didn't want to get out that car. But I can kind of see what King D was talking about when he was saying he rather, if he's there, he'd rather go talk and say, hey, this is what you're not supposed to do. You gotta respect this man. He's your father now, and this is what we're not going to do.
No, he'll never be his father. I just
Yeah.
We say, let's get that straight off top.
You don't always be the father, King D, but I'm saying while he's there being the stepfather,
I know what you mean.
You want to be respectful to this guy, not because I wouldn't want my son. You don't never, because we were taught you don't talk back to your elders. You respect your elders. You don't talk back. Like a lot of these kids today, they don't have no type of respect. They'll cuss out older folks, tell them to shut their old behind up. You ain't my papi, my mama. Shut up! Don't tell. I had seen it. I said, "Dang, these kids today. These kids. I mean, it starts at home."
That's the thing. There is a difference between discipline and abuse.
Exactly.
There is a difference.
Big difference.
So I have no problem with another man disciplining my child because of the way I look at it like this. Mm-hmm. That man has been through things that I may not have been through, and he may be able to instill something in my child from personal experience that I would not be able to. Right. And that may be able to actually enhance my child's growth.
Right.
Versus, this man just, whooping or beating on my child just because they had a bad day at work or they had one too many to drink. Now that's a difference.
That's a whole big
difference. I'll say this to ladies and men. If you know how your child is, don't defend your child when your child is dead wrong.
Say it again, brother. Say it again.
You cannot do that, because what you're doing is you instilling that, oh, well, somebody's going to always have my back, whether I'm right or wrong. If I'm wrong, I can get away with this. I can get away with that. Mm-hmm. And that stuff trickles on. As they get older, they're going to start having them same thought processes. And next thing you know, you're going to be looking at them behind that little 3-inch glass.
That's right. You're right about that. I agree with you 100% on that. And Des, you're right. Y'all need to put your kids in check when they do stuff like that. That's why we got some of these little bad monsters running around here today.
And stop getting mad at these teachers when they tell you about your child in school.
Exactly. Your child is bad. They know their kid is bad. Send a little bad monster to school.
Because you had to whoop them before you left. You sent them out the house.
Right. They deserve another whoop when they get to school acting a fool. Sure, I ain't had no problem with that. If my child act bad, you put that paddle to their ass. Yeah, if they're bad, they deserve to get whooped.
That's like when we was I don't know about you, King D, but I know when I was in school, they sent a permission slip home with us.
Yeah.
Given our teachers had permission to spank us in class.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our teachers did too.
And that's a part of that. See, I believe when they took that out of school,
they went buck wild.
Back in Van Zandt County, that's where I'm at. They still do that to this day. The teachers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to this very day.
So, King D, did you ever get a spanking when you was in school?
I got my ass towed up in school. Every time I got in trouble, I had to go get those. And they used to call home. And my mom used to say, "Give them those 3," because we used to get 3 licks.
Yeah.
And then until Mr. Tiger got a hold of me. Mr. Tiger, we had to
burn that butt, didn't he?
It burnt, and I tore that office up. Boy, I tore that man office up so bad. I fought that man all through his office, all in the
damn.
I got my ass beat when I said, "Don't you ain't my daddy," because I was old enough at that time. I was old enough, man. Mr. Davis, he hated to try to whoop me.
What you trying to say? They dropped. When they dropped you, they dropped down, and you're like, "Oh, I'm the man now, huh?"
Yeah. Yeah, Davis. I want to ask my mom, does she still remember that? I told that when she got to that school, it was paperwork all over the place. It was. I fought that man out through the office until my mama got there. So did.
Now, Des, did you get one too when you was in school?
Oh yeah, Miss Washington, 6th grade. You know, I had like 15, 20 stars on the paddle.
Oh no!
Because she was one of them. She was one of them teachers where every time she spanked you, she made you sign it. Put a star on there.
Well, you know what she gonna do? She gonna hand that up when she retires. These are all that butts out whooping school. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but and then on top of that, we got them at church too. We got them at church. Yes. Our youth counselor did not play. She had 2 paddles. She had Big K. She had Big K and she had Lil K.
Big K.
It depends on what punishment whatever you did depends on which one you gonna get.
Oh wow! Now I only got it one time. I was in the 7th grade, Miss Hopkins. I ain't gonna lie. We used to play the Duds all the time. We used to have fun cutting on folks, and usually I didn't get caught because I was the quiet one. I was always pretending to be. But she caught me that day. She said, "Oh, Mr. Robinson, I can't believe I'm gonna have to get you. Come on back here." I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. I said, "Hey man, I got my behind beat before with a paddle," and she took us back there, and then she just like bend over and grab that
arms of the chair.
Grab that chair, yeah. And
that's partially why I didn't try to join no frat when I got to college.
You ain't want to get your ass whooped.
I ain't messing with that paddle.
She had the holes in these paddles. They had holes in them so they get that air. So you can hear it.
They suck it in.
Yeah, so they make your butt suck in too and then hit you with it. I'm like, God, that thing stung. I'm like, Lord. I mean, she hit me with that thing like maybe 3 times. Now she got the other one about 5 or 6 times because that was my first time, so she only hit me 3 times with it. But I ain't gonna lie, it stung. Oh, it stung. That was the first time and my last time getting my behind hit with a paddle in that damn school.
I didn't care about none of them, but that Mr. Davis.
Yeah,
I was just having a bad day that day. And
I was doing WWE.
I said, I promise you. I told him, but I told him. I said, you hit me with that damn paddle, Mr. Davis. I was in the 6th grade. I said, if you hit me, I swear to God, I'm gonna turn this office up with you. And he didn't think Fat Meat was greasy.
Come on, King D, take us to break.
I was 2-2. He like 2-2.
Boy, come back, keep that boy.
All right. Thanksgiving special today will be hosted by Dwight himself, but we're going to also collide together with Grown Men Talking Incorporated with Grown Women of Views and Vibes.
So why it takes so long for other people to, I guess, when the hourglass is getting empty, they want to wait so late to, I guess, find somebody.
He doesn't show. I'm not going to stress over it. I'm not going to lose no sleep. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to go get me a girl dog. And we're going to live happily ever after.
You could be America's top model on the outside, 36, 24, 36, and have a nasty attitude, and that would just make you look so ugly to me.
Myself, when I see them boy only clubs, I can't help to question that. Why you prefer hanging out with your homeboy all the time, and I never see you with a woman?
She's about 5'3" and she's 260, but she's a good woman. Could you see yourself with a woman like that? Even though time is running out, you've been having bad luck with a lot of other women, but this one right here, she's the one you want, but she's not that type of woman you want physical. Can you overlook that?
You call myself a rib, baby. Don't like ribs, But the thing about it though, if she maybe, pretty well decent, I might could deal with it.
Probably they got men's shoes with heels that can make them a little bit taller now.
They call them shoe elevators.
Yes, thank you. No shoes elevators, Spicy. Come on, man.
If the Lord can't provide some of the needs that you would need. So that's just me personally. Okay.
We lost our host.
He was talking.
You need to be by yourself to reevaluate your whole life.
People that jump from one bed to the next, those are usually people that are not sure with themselves.
No, sir. No him. No.
Get to play some cards, some dominoes, or something like that. No, she talking about get together with some fun time. You see what I'm saying? I'm just sitting there with a look on my face
Not
like
not the Woody Wood.
the wood. Yeah.
Oh,
My ears can't handle all that.
I got an old man. I got a maintenance man. There's a difference. A maintenance man.
She said, maintenance man.
I'm not gonna give her the advice to leave her old man and then or her maintenance man or whatever.
Maintenance man.
I'm not gonna give her because then you say Spicy might as well come on the camera.
cut the camera on, girl.
I'm about to sweep you off your feet. So what happened to the maintenance man now?
Well, the thing is, we have a verbal contractual agreement.
Jesus.
Wait a minute. Hold up. What the hell?
I don't see where women get that thing. Oh my God! Go ahead, let her finish. Don't let her finish. Let her finish, please. Please.
So
So y'all have an agreement. That's what you're saying, right?
All right. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour, where it's all men for themselves. We're having family game day. Make sure you tune in. You're more than welcome to comment in the comments. Help our competitors up here. I mean, that some of them gonna need some help, like the white, okay, because he's sitting up here saying that the women can't get it, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in, and also make sure you keep your eyes open. Get your video card ready, because we are taking now video submissions for the Powerful Poet of 2025. Let's see who's gonna be. But last year they had those judges' minds going. Now over to Dwight.
Well. Maintenance. Happy New Year's, maintenance man. Happy New Year, maintenance man. I just want to say that. But anyway,
I'm dead.
I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know what is this about this verbal contractual agreement.
They broke the agreement already.
No, we haven't. We still going 5 years now, baby.
5 years?
Going on for 5 years strong.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to put that in my mental note. We need a verbal contractual agreement.
It's getting better, stronger, and more fun.
A VCC.
Hey.
You might as well marry that man.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna jump the broom. God dang it. That maintenance man still in there. I just want to say Happy New Year's to him, So Happy New Year's to the maintenance man out there. You keep on doing what you're doing, keep strong.
And to all the maintenance men across the world.
Yes, Happy New Year's to Mr. Brady.
I didn't heard of Jody, but I didn't heard of Jody. I heard about Jody. I ain't never heard about the maintenance man. That's a new one on me.
Oh man, that's a good one, boy. Hey, and also I just want to say, Nora, I just want to say happy birthday, month. I'm sorry that you wanted us to come down there for Thursday to celebrate your party. Of course, it's a Thursday. It's kind of hard, but we all from us at the cast with Grown Man Talking want to wish you a happy month birthday.
Yay.
And Nora, I hate to say it, but if you're in the game show tomorrow, we ain't gonna take it light on you. You're still gonna lose, okay? But we wish you a happy birthday, and I'm glad that you had a good time and everything. Now that show we was talking about it was a fun show when we was talking about, I guess, what men and women desire when it comes to looks. Some women like, hey, he's too fat, he's too thin, he's too short, he's too black, he ain't light enough. See, I believe men we're not too picky. I mean, I think women are a little bit more pickier than men. So, Daz, let me ask you: you think men are more picky, or you think women are more picky when it comes to looks and stuff?
I would say I think that women may be a little bit more picky because men most of the time, I mean, and let's just keep it honest, we go with what's available.
Yeah.
And what's attainable, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Sometimes,
not all the time.
Not all the time. Now, Dominique, my brother, how you feel? You think men are more picky or women more picky?
Well, I think women. I think women hold. Sorry, I think women hold men to way higher standards than we hold them.
Yeah,
because it got to be this big and this wide. You got to be this tall. You got to
have this size of a butt, this size of a breast. Let's get real with it.
You gotta be 6 foot plus. You gotta get your haircut every 2 weeks.
Yeah. You always Spicy
come home from work.
Yeah, elevator shoes. Right there by Spice. That's what you say, elevator shoes?
I ain't saying I'm on elevator shoes. That
was
Denise and Keisha.
Elevator shoes?
That was Denise and Keisha. I said, no, I am not accepting that.
Oh, okay. So Spicy, you don't really be that picky when it comes to men, right?
And a hush goes over the crowd.
My point is
that got quiet real quick now, didn't it? See, Spicy? That's all we say. See, men, especially now, men, we don't really care what y'all look like. Because as long as you give us, we to a certain extent, now, as long as you give us peace, we can overlook the other stuff sometimes. I ain't saying all the time, but sometimes we can overlook certain things as long as you give us peace. Because we don't have a long list. Men have a very short list.
I think it's mutual because you have your men that are very picky when they come down to women because they want certain women and them to hold certain standards. And then you have women that are very picky about their men because they want a certain man to represent them in a certain way.
And that's understandable. That's understandable because I would still want my woman to represent me in a certain kind of way, but I'm not going to tell her that she needs to walk out the house looking like a glamour model all the time. That's just not feasible sometimes.
Yeah, just going out there. You need to be looking if she's going out there all sexy. When you going all sexy to the grocery store?
Boy, look.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Hold up. Who you trying to impress? Who you trying to impress?
Yeah.
Hello.
You just ain't going to the grocery store to just do groceries looking like that.
Me personally, I'll go to the grocery
I'm coming
store.
to the grocery store with you.
I put my hat on, like what they see in Transformation on TikTok. That's the way I go to the store. I have my hat on, my lipstick. I have my coordination. That's just the way I go.
See, that's a personal standard, though, right?
Now, if I'm in that mood, I get my moods now.
Oh, shoot.
Now, if I'm in my moods, I'll throw that hair in the ponytail in a minute and put on a moo dress and be gone and come on back.
See, that's
bonnets and moo-moos and bonnets.
See, Spice, that's the way you're supposed to go to the store. The moo on and the bonnet on your head. Yeah,
but y'all gotta remember, moo-moos kept our grandmothers pregnant. That's why they got so many kids.
Yeah, because it's sexy.
And isn't something that he say that because the
easy access, baby,
are my grandmothers. The movies I have are my grandmothers.
Yeah, okay.
But she had a lot of kids too.
That's right.
You know what? I can't say that because there's some popping up that we didn't even know about. So
exactly.
You know why, Spicy? Because they ain't wear none of that moo. They was just air free. That's why I told you about that woman at Walmart. She ain't had no bra on. You see? Yeah.
I don't see how women could do that. I personally, I think that's disgusting. You know,
you gotta be free. You gotta be free. The twins gotta breathe. The twins gotta breathe.
Des, dear, you're just hungry. But I just feel like
I just ate. I just showing yourself.
But I feel like if you take your bra off and your breasts fall to your navel, baby, pick those things up. Go to the store and put a bra on.
It's became more what the. Now people want to sneeze.
And that's even go for these women that want to dress like a dude. Wrap that stuff up. Let it sit up.
One thing I can say, I've noticed that a lot of women is starting not to wear drawers.
Yeah,
I've been seeing that lately.
One thing inside, I'm in the comfort of my home, so I'm going to air out. Okay.
So, I go out.
In other words, I'm going to wrap it up. No, that's
in other words, Spicy don't have no drawers on right now. But what I'm saying is,
I'm telling my business.
You just told it.
I didn't tell you I didn't have that on now. I didn't keep telling it.
Oh,
We ain't got no
no,
cameras up in my house.
Spicy, you ain't got no drawers on, no panties on right now.
She ain't got no panties on. She ain't got no panties on.
What's that t-shirt and my panties on? Or no panties on? Yeah,
I got a long dress on. I jumped out the shower.
No, see, Spicy, Spicy. Now that's different. Now, we talking about going out in the
No,
store.
I feel like I feel nasty. No,
How you don't feel nasty? You clean, how you don't feel nasty?
I might be clean, but that's nasty to me. I don't feel comfortable going outside my home, going around people, and knowing that my dress at any time my behind could be eating up my dress, or it could go, or the wind can blow. I don't think so.
Hey, I understand, Spicy. That's a personal preference. That's just the thing for you.
And then I understand you're still hungry.
No,
I'm not. I promise you, I just ate. I promise you, I just ate.
I want no food, bruh.
It's an artwork. It's an artwork. You know, men look at it as an art. You know, you get the
It's
shape.
like artistic.
Yeah, it's art. That's what it is.
Because you want to see every the pothole she got and the things that jiggle like chitlins.
You
like
said it
really?
Hey,
Yeah.
I would
So
rather
you
see
like
it.
to go
I'd rather
outside.
see it before you come home and get out of that bodysuit and that onesie, and then it's like you walking out, you're looking like, then you get home and you're looking like, oh.
Yeah.
No, you gotta shake that up. Can't be having chitlins jiggling everywhere now.
Yeah, man. You know, man, we talk about that. It's a beautiful thing when women do that. It's just like being in Africa when they go around with no bras.
Well, word to the wise, I'm not African, so I'm telling you straight up, I am not going outside.
How do you know?
any
How do you know
undergarments
that you do not have African Indian?
I did my research, bruh. I know what the bloodline is.
Oh no, Spicy, you got some African in you. I'm telling you.
No,
right
I don't.
now. You got some black. You got some black in you, Spicy. Come on now.
Some of that, yeah.
We all mixing some, but basically
I
we
sure
got that.
do, and he's 6'3".
We ain't asked about to make this man. Goddamn, what the? Well, see, we are both right on both parts. You got black in, you got some black in. So
I don't deny that. I don't deny that at all.
That's what I'm saying. See
that part of me, I don't deny. Just like I tell my son, you know, his dad tried to put him. Oh, you're Hispanic. No, you got black in you too. So don't.
That's right. Blood. Because they look at you. That's the first thing they're gonna say. It's black. I'm telling you, that's what they're gonna say.
And you know what? Just to bring that up, it kind of offended me. I was in a store at HB, and we're going down I think it was a cosmetic aisle, and actually the pharmacy aisle, because we was getting my son some Pediasure.
Right.
And I don't know, it could just be me and my nerves, but I think it's wrong when you allow your child to sit there and say, "Oh, a black girl."
What?
And I stopped and I had to like register what this child is saying. And I'm looking at her, and next thing you know, she took off.
Well, you never know. She may not have been raised around black people before.
True that.
No, my thing is that the little boy is being taught the wrong thing. And what they teaching him and not stopping him in, it's probably going to get him hurt later on in life.
Yeah, would.
That's not what you're saying.
That's why she took out, because my son Chris was like, "Mama, as soon as you turn around," because I stopped my little thing for me, my cart for a minute, and I had to register. And when I turned around, Chris was like, "She jetted real quick."
So you know what you should have said? You should have said, "I ain't black. I'm a white woman with a 10." That's what you should
have said. You don't want to know what I really told Chris I wanted to say. So
well, you can tell us. Ain't nobody gonna know.
We'll wait till it's off alive, bro.
Right?
You know what goes on behind the scenes.
I'm gonna ask Spicy this. Spicy, how do you feel about a man not wearing no drawers?
Outside?
Yeah, you got his pants on outside in public. How would you feel?
My dude, no. If you my dude, you ain't gonna be doing that. I don't think so. Especially if you packing. I don't think so. That's why I really don't care for those gray sweatpants. Now I'll look.
No, I like those gray
I'm going to look, but I just no.
Now let me ask you this, Spicy. Now, if you with your maintenance man and you saw a guy with some gray pants and he's switching back and forth,
I'm going to look.
You gonna look?
I'm going to look.
Oh, well, hey,
just like I know if he sees a certain woman, he gonna look.
So you won't be mad if he looks?
That's a part of the agreement.
No. Well, even with a relationship, it's one thing to look and how you say it?
There's another thing to act upon that.
Thank you, and to lust after it.
Well, okay, well,
that's just like I say. If a man is telling your woman she's beautiful more than you are telling your own woman, what are you getting mad for? You need to step your game up.
True.
My
But
father-in-law,
spicy. Yeah, go ahead, Dominique.
my father-in-law, well, my mother-in-law, she passed on now, but she used to always say, they were married for like 30 something years, and she used to always say, I don't care about him
I
looking
hear
as
a
long as he
caller
don't touch.
coming in. I hear a caller coming
Yeah,
in.
that's a call.
Okay, let's see if it worked. Grown man talking. It's still tripping. I'm gonna put it on speaker. Hopefully we can hear.
Okay.
Probably not. Oh, there it is.
I hear echo on
Can you hear
sound.
me?
We can hear you.
Oh, hell. See, now, I lost my train, but now it decides to work.
Yeah, because you was expecting it not to work. But we got speaker.
So, but yeah, no, it's all about respect. And no, hell no, I wouldn't want my man to walk around in no gray sweatpants. Hell no. No, we ain't doing that.
You know
We ain't
what?
doing that.
You know what? Sometimes it don't even
Somebody-
matter if they got gray pants on. If the man got a big thing,
No gray
the gray pants, blue jeans, it's still gonna show.
I can't even hear him over the phone. I see his mouth moving, but I hear nothing.
What the hell?
She's on speaker. Let me see if I don't know why it's not connecting. Oh, and it says it's on.
Oh, something going on, Spicy? Something's not connected.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to find out what's going on with it. But it's saying connecting, but it's just not connecting.
Going to get that. You better get that maintenance man to come in there and fix that.
No, nobody messes with my studio stuff. I don't care who it is.
And fix it.
Yeah, it's not gonna connect. But what she was saying was that she do not want her maintenance man. Well, I don't know.
Oh, now you got maintenance man on the mind.
No, she wouldn't want her man, period, to, walk around with gray sweatpants.
Right.
It's just the decency. If you have a certain imprint in the front and you ain't
But
like that.
you don't have an imprint in the front. If you wear it down, it's still gonna leave. It doesn't matter. It matter if you got sweatpants on, blue jeans on, slacks. It's still gonna show a print. It may not move as much because you.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. Okay, me and Dwight, we used to be together. Hell no, we wasn't playing that. Wearing no sweatpants. So we had women guests in the house. I had to tell him about himself to take them damn sweatpants off, put some damn short pants on. That's what I had to get on him about because the women were looking at him.
Wait a minute, Dez and Dominique. Let me say this: when you in your own house, you ain't got to do jack. They either they can turn their head or they can do something else. When you in your house, like Spicy said, I'm in my house. When you in your house, you wear what you want to wear.
Oh no! Hold up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rewind that. If my dude is here, and I wouldn't want my friends coming over to my house dressed in a kind of way in front of my dude. If my dude has friends come over, I'm gonna go to the room for one because I have no business in the midst of all those men, and those are his friends. But I'm not gonna sit around here and dress indecent and disrespect my man.
Well, you ain't gotta be this way. You say, hold up, y'all, my girl coming through. Going through. Y'all keep your head turned. Her what you gotta get, baby. Okay, go back. Okay, y'all can turn back around. That's how you do it.
We had some trifling helpers that was living with us at the time. And I would wear these my favorite red sweatpants. And I told him not to wear those when them helpers in the house.
You should have when Dwayne
Okay,
comes.
time out. Why can't this man wear his clothes the way he want to wear his clothes?
Wait a minute. Now, even when I have company in my house, I dress decent. I was raised on morals, and that is something that's not.
But they came over
No.
unexpectedly, so why I gotta go?
I'm not gonna. Okay, this is like if I walk around my house and if I get out the shower and I forget something, I'm gonna wrap myself up properly to go get whatever I'm getting. It's just what it is. It's just respect.
Well, why not just call your woman to go get it?
There
so
you
go. You saying you got a house full of people and you walking around with your dick print out?
No.
Get him, King D. Get him.
Hey,
that was
when
a question.
When you come out the room, you don't know nobody in there. Like, hey, I don't know nobody in there. I'm going to the kitchen.
You know, these helpers was living with us.
Who was living?
I don't want to put their name on the air. It was two of them, remember?
Okay, brother Dwight. What she's saying is, first of all, she must not have really trusted these ladies. I can't call them that because I don't know them. She must not have really trusted them. So therefore, she did not want you to even give them the inkling of an idea of a smidget that they had a chance of getting what she had.
I'm literally sitting up here. Okay, look, y'all. I'm literally sitting up here because I have been getting on my daughter for coming out her room in a sports bra, even though it's just us there at the house. I'm been getting on her and telling her, you do not walk around the house like that. Like when you have brothers, I know her brothers are not going to do anything, but it's just teaching her. Like it's just teaching her, like, hey, that's the way we were raised. We don't.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
We don't come out of our room. Period. Indecent. Well, I don't even walk around my house with no shirt on.
Okay,
I have a whole 15-year-old daughter in the house. I have my stepdaddy. My mama did not play that. You gonna put a shirt on? You're not gonna walk around this house. I got a daughter. Like
I agree with that.
No,
I agree with that. I agree with that because I was in one of the relationships I was in. I had, I was at the house. I was actually doing some work around the house with no shirt on, and her friends came over and she was like, "Could you please go put on a shirt?" And I'm like, "For what?" And she was like, "We got company." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I get it." And I wouldn't put on a shirt because I understand. So
wait a minute, Dad. Whenever y'all at the beach, you gonna have your shorts and you ain't gonna have no shirt and you gonna be in your shorts. So
you put your wife beater on.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even wear a tank top. I would literally go and put on a regular full shirt because I didn't even want that.
Okay. Well,
I would go and put on a regular t-shirt.
Yeah, I get you on that. I mean, I did it. Yeah, because I didn't do that either. I didn't go around the house with no shirt on especially in front of my kids and nothing like that. I always kept my shirt on.
Now, do you agree?
No.
Was I wrong for
the
trying to go put some other clothes on though?
What? Somebody speaking Chinese? What's going on?
No, okay. In that sense, Miss Teresa, no, you may not have been wrong when you put it like that. But you probably it's probably the way you came at him, just like
exactly.
I told him in private.
I don't. I got that old man disease. I can't remember.
Of course you don't.
Good answer. Good answer for 200, Alex.
Yeah. Old man, I don't remember that. I don't remember. But hey, one thing nobody can say, I walked around that house bucket naked. That's that. I ain't never did that.
But I mean, if you sit up there showing your imprint and you going back and forth, you might as well.
But look, I'm gonna tell you this, Spicy. It didn't matter if I had pants on, sweatpants on. They still sit there and look at it. Okay, now that's their problem. That's where their mind's going there. That's like
if you went to every presentative measure, that's different. But like for instance, when anybody come to my house, I'm gonna always have on some decent clothes. I'll be in there with I understand that that's my house and all this and all that. I understand that. But when you have company, you're supposed to be decent. You're supposed to be dressed.
And I agree
home appropriately.
I agree with you.
You know, accidents happen. Like one time I literally had to run to the door in my drawers.
Well, see,
and I had to crack the door and run back to my room
too, a couple of times.
Yeah, so like but I was in the privacy of my own room, laying in my bed, and somebody knocked at the door. It was somebody I was expecting. I was like,
and they just opened the door.
And I had to go run and open up the door.
At the end of the day, it's just about respect. The woman's supposed to respect the man in that manner, and the man should respect that woman that way. Because when it comes down to women, we got to be careful because we don't know if our friends are checking our men out. So when y'all walking around in gray pants and showing your imprints and everything, our friends are checking that out.
Well, Spicy,
they sometimes a lot of you women, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of you, but some women it's their fault because they be running their mouth.
Oh, that's why I don't tell my business.
I didn't say all. I said some. Some of them be running their mouth.
That's an issue I had.
That's where you fought at it, because when you brag, that go for men too. If you brag about how the performance is bad, you think they ain't gonna want to test that out. That's just like testing out a new car. If somebody said, "Oh, girl, that Mercedes ride's nice," I'm telling you, it felt good. What do you think that other woman gonna do?
She gonna want to go and test drive that Benz.
Exactly.
Me in real life.
That's why when you talk to women, some of my friends, they talk about that, but ask them if I talk about mine. Nope, I sure don't.
That happened to me in real life. Listen, we was in
because
high
I mean,
school.
I answered the
No, we was in
King
middle
D's
school.
question, King D's comment in the video. If he missed it, oh, he must not be good. No, baby, he real good. I just don't
What
talk
happened?
about it.
What happened?
We ain't talking about the maintenance man.
Oh, but look, that happened to me in real life. That happened as soon as we was in middle school. No, we was fresh in high school, and then me and my kids, because y'all know we've been together forever. Me and my kids, we ain't had no kids or nothing yet, but we was working on them, and she went to the school and told you the first time we ever did anything. She went to school and told, she was so proud that happened. So she went and told her homegirls, and my inbox was flooded. Y'all remember MySpace? MySpace was popular back then. Oh my God, my MySpace was flooded the next day. I said, "Oh my God." Her
those
friends, everybody,
curious
they
cats.
was curious.
That's what it was. Those curious cats.
She put that word out on you, boy. She put the word out on you.
And I was working around. And I ain't gonna say I ain't knock a few of them down because I did, but
you turned into a hot commodity. What'd you say? Check my resume. You better ask about me.
You notice he had to clear that up after that comment he made it for one of those shows. Well, she might have 50, but I had 100.
Oh, damn.
I had to knock a few of them down, but they wanted to test drive it. So shoot, I wasn't married.
Yeah,
I was in
school.
And then I think I was 14, 15 at that time.
God damn, Dominique.
He was like 15.
Boy.
No, I was 14.
So you were still in the exploration stage.
Yeah, he was.
And the next year I had a baby. Ain't that something?
Damn.
The next year.
See what happens when you figured out what happened when you find the golden treasure.
Yeah, I found the golden treasure.
It kept on going and going and going.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's good now. But hey, it happened. I mean, that's just like saying when women have big boobs, they can cover it up as much as they possible. They still stick out. You gonna still
it's like that nurse that they fired. They fired a nurse because of that. Because the way she was built, and you could tell the way she was built. No matter what she put on, you could tell that she had a nice body. I mean, big in the back, big in the front.
She can't help that.
But they fired her because they said that the way she dressed in her uniform. But the way she shaped, she couldn't help it. No matter what she put on, it was going to show.
I'd be suing them.
Why she put a moo on? Maybe that moo would have helped her.
No, it still would have stuck out in the front and the back.
Yeah, moo gonna make it worse because the material.
Showing the hell is.
There you go.
All the men want to walk the house at night.
Send that one nurse in here. Send that one nurse in here.
No, you ain't gonna be my nurse. Oh
my God! I know what nurse she talking about. Yeah, that nurse, boy. You had people just pretend to be sick to go to the hospital to see her. I'm sick. Well, I'm got to go to the hospital. I'm on nurse. You know who? Yeah, I'm sick. So yeah, she can't help the way her body look. I mean, that's just hate. No people hate on that woman, especially probably some of the females that are working there, because she has a body that no matter what she put on, she just busting, looking good, and is a certain shape and everything. So you can't help but God bless you with all that. You can't help it. What you supposed to do? Ain't nothing you can do about that. Let the people keep hating. So shoot.
Now, asking you guys going down because we never thought that we have a men's panel, and to me, this has been a wonderful experience. Y'all have brought the best out of this platform to where now when it carries over to Dwight, y'all carry it on. You have done a fabulous job with the platform. And, when it comes down to saying this is your platform as men to bond and actually get people to listen to you, how do you feel about this now?
Well, I feel great about it. I mean, just for men like, King D and Des, we talking about men don't usually have a platform where they can get out and talk about things. And like I said, we different ages, but we men usually, most of us sometimes think a lot. And we'll sit there and we'll talk about our pain. We talk about our experience. It's just like being at the barbershop itself. We're not getting our hair cut and nothing like that. But that's how we did when we went to the barbershop. We sit there, we'll talk about things. We give each other advice. So with this show, it gives men the chance to speak what's on their mind, to say what's on their mind. Even the men that even watching the show, they can say, wow, that's a platform for us to get on here. There's men there. We can talk about things. We can talk about what we're going through. So it's a blessing. It's a really good blessing, and it's also a good way to bond. You know, it's a good way to bond and everything, and that's the good thing about it. So that's just my intake on it. So, King D, what about you?
Yeah, I feel like same. I feel the absolute same. I feel like we also have gained a family. You know, it. Oh, hold on, y'all. Somebody in my house.
Uh-oh.
We also gained a family that we can not only talk upon the panel, but we can also talk amongst one another. I feel like I can call this, hey, bro, I'm going through this, whatever. Same thing with Dwight, you know, on a personal level. So it's just one of those things to where, hey, you know, and we share our personal experiences and gifts with the world. So it's just, you know, with the people that watch it. So, you know, hey, it's all good in my book.
Right. Brother Dez?
I appreciate the fact that I think I can help somebody learn from my mistakes. You know, because I feel that even though I made the mistakes, I know I made the mistakes for a reason. And if I can stop somebody from doing something that'll help them make the same mistake, that's a beautiful thing. And that's one thing that this platform has done. That's why I really do hope that I know I'm not a perfect person, but if somebody can learn from my imperfections and help them be that much more closer to perfect, that's a beautiful thing to me. So I just appreciate the simple fact that I'm able to come on here and, like King D said and Dwight said, just share my experiences to maybe, you know, because even like as a poet, you know, what I'm going through, I may think ain't nothing to somebody else. But there's been many a times where I've written a poem and then next thing you know, somebody was like, man, I was just going through that the other day. And you never know how your personal experiences can affect someone else in a positive way, and to say, have them, give them a way to say, I guess I'm not in this alone. I'm not alone. I'm not doing this by myself. There is somebody else going through the same thing. And it helped ease the burden a little bit. So I appreciate the platform for that reason.
All right, my brother. Yes. And so I just want to say, Spice, you know, thank you for giving us this opportunity to come, because, you know, that was one of your ideas and we kind of talk about it and you brought it forward. So we appreciate you for that, you know, for giving
anytime. It was all love, and I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
And, you know, the one thing, no, Mr. Brittany wasn't able to make it in. He's actually doing some filming. But he did share with me at one time that he says, you know, I love doing this with y'all. He said, because not only is it helping other people, and he said, we might see it as helping other people, but he said, this platform has also helped me as well.
Right. It helped us all in a way. So yes, you know, it kind of helped all of us in a certain way. And Mr. B, nothing but love. We know you filming, you know, take it slow down on those love scenes now. Take it easy on those love scenes. So this has been a great, you know, us sitting here talking about things and sharing some of the shows we love, and we appreciate the audience for watching us. And you know, we can't do the outro, but y'all be sure to catch Dej, King D, myself, and Spicy, and the rest of the cast members, the ladies, because we're gonna have game night now. Those that have been watching us, y'all know y'all ain't never seen no woman win this show unless that time there was a group and Keisha's sister helped, but eventually they never won. Always been the men. Hey, always been the men. And I guarantee you, I promise you, one of the men, either King D, myself, or Dez, or if Britain comes, one of us gonna win game show tonight. I'll tell y'all right now, put some money on there. You bet on grown men talking, because the ladies ain't nobody gonna win that game. So
we'll see. It's a new year, baby.
See, you setting us up. See now tomorrow game gonna be all about Lifetime movies.
But I am going to say this because this is from my heart, and as Dwight and Denise knows, you know, I don't say something if I don't mean it. You know, y'all as the men, even with Mr. Jones, you know, not being with us right now, I could say I thank each and one of y'all for having faith in me and doing this, standing with me. We had some close calls, but we was able to talk it out. You know, each one of y'all have your own characteristic. And each one of y'all bring a special part to this platform that makes me so proud. And at times I try not to cry, but just thinking about each one of y'all and how y'all stuck in there with me, I just want to say I love y'all. Thank y'all so much.
And as my mama would say, I love you more.
And we're gonna go ahead and end the show with King D in this model walk. Y'all have a great night. Happy New Year, everyone.
Walk that walk, boy. All right, King D.